Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, I'm KingNido and today we're coming from Pewter City where the Skulls, who are the current Wooden Crown recipients, are going head to head with the reigning champions, the Medali Aethers, as they are looking for a massive upset. But the Aethers are just coming off a huge win and they want to carry that momentum forward and show what got them that shining glory in the first place. So with that said, let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win this matchup. Will it be the rock types? Will it be the flying types? Let's go!
3, 2, 1, go!
And starting off this match for the Pewter Skulls, they are actually bringing their own flying type because their terrestrial drafter is Bombardier, taking on that rock typing, as it is joined by that Dusk Lycanroc going up against Tropius and Pelipper, who both have a type advantage over the Skulls, but the Skulls need to capitalize on their part rock typing. We get that Terra Blast from Lycanroc, getting in some chip damage there onto Tropius, but it is Bombardier following it up with the Heart Swap, as the Skulls currently have full speed control over the Aethers, who are one of the quickest teams in the PokeType League VGC, but it's the self-destruct. And Pelipper takes itself out of this match at the very start. That is not what the Aethers need to kick this match off, but Tropius has hung on and it is going for the Thunder. Bring that down hard onto Lycanroc, as Pelipper wasn't able to take out anyone. It is Toucannon coming out for the Medali Aethers, and Lycanroc is going to go for the Mortal Spin, meeting both it and Tropius with that move, leaving them both with that poison status condition, as well as it was also super effective onto the part grass type Tropius. As the Skulls are looking to extend this lead, it is going to be Bombardier going for the Horn Attack, getting some good damage there onto Toucannon as well, who responds with the Swift, connecting with both rock types, putting Lycanroc into knockout range with that critical play. Tropius could capitalize. It goes for the Rock Tomb and it takes Lycanroc out of this match, leveling the playing field between the Skulls and the Aethers here. But it is that poison that is chipping away and it's just starting to on Toucannon and Tropius as well, and it is going to put Tropius into knockout range, making it a very easy target for the Skulls, as it is going to be the midday Lycanroc now coming out for the Skulls. They want to maintain speed control. It goes for the Mega Punch, puts Toucannon into knockout range, but it hangs on barely as it does chow down on that Staff Berry. It is going to boost its special defense, but Bombardier could capitalize. It goes for the scratch and it takes Toucannon out of this match with that critical play just for good measure as well. Tropius needs to go for something bigger, goes for the lash out onto Lycanroc, gets in some good damage, but that poisoning Tropius needs to hang on, and it is but barely. The Skulls have an easy target here, as now the Aethers send out Kilowattrel onto the field, who's having a great season, and it takes speed control, going with the poison jab onto Lycanroc. Not very effective, as Lycanroc is going to respond with the wrap to get that easy elimination, taking Tropius out of this match. The Skulls have the 5-3 advantage as Bombardier follows it up with the arm thrust. This multi-hit move is going to be resisted by Kilowattrel as Bombardier tries to get as many connections onto its fellow flying type as it can. But whilst that is happening, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, please leave a like, share, subscribe, as that not very effective move is finished after a 5-time connection. Now the Aethers are going to send out Flamigo onto the field, but Kilowattrel is going to go with the dig. It's going to bury its way underground. This will be super effective on the Skulls, as Lycanroc goes with the Magnetic Flux. It's trying to avoid it, but that does fail. This opens the door for Flamigo to go with the echoed voice onto Bombardier. Not very effective now that it is a rock type, sorry, and it goes with the Thunder of its own, but it goes for Kilowattrel, who does not have to worry about that, and it finishes off the dig to take Lycanroc out of this match. The Aethers try and level the playing field here, as Flamigo follows it up with the Cosmic Power. It is going to boost that physical defense as well as that special defense. It is much more of a physical attacker, as Bombardier going with the Aura Sphere onto Kilowattrel, doing practically nothing, as the Skulls are now going to send out Stonejourner, and it is Kilowattrel setting up the Reflect on the side of the Aethers, making them stronger against physical moves, and the Skulls are an extremely physical side, as the Psy Shield Bash onto Bombardier from Flamigo, going to boost that defense once again. Bombardier is going to respond with the Leaf Storm though, doing very little damage with that, not very effective move. It does cut into the special attack of Bombardier in the process. Stonjourner following it up with a cosmic power of its own, so it too is going to boost those defenses, including that huge 135 base physical defense. Kilowattrel is going for the roost as it does restore its health, getting back to full strength, and finally the Aethers have got full speed control in this match. The lick from Flamigo does not do much there to Stonjourner, allowing Bombardier to go with the last respects, getting in some great damage onto Kilowattrel, and Stonjourner follows it up with the conversion. It's going to change its type into a normal typing, so it will no longer resist those normal type moves, as Kilowattrel going with the Bullet Seed gets the critical play on the first one, and with that second one they have finally taken Bombardier out of this match, and it is now a 3 versus 3 contest as the Aethers trying to bring it back, showing why they are the reigning champions as that daylight comes back out over the field here in Pewter City. And Flamigo following it up with the Shockwave now onto Stonjourner. Gets in some good damage, but Stonjourner does respond with the Gastro Acid. It is going to suppress that scrappy ability of Flamigo, as now the Skulls send out their third Lycanroc. This time it is the Midnight form, but it's the Drain Punch on to Stonjourner. Super effective there from Kilowattrel, trying to get some more health back as it has become an easier target for the Skulls, but this is going to lead to Stonjourner chowing down on its berry. It does restore health as it was holding on to that Enigma berry, and Flamigo though following up going for the Milk Drink. It too is going to restore its health, everybody trying to make sure that they have enough energy to stay in this match, but this opens the door for Lycanroc to go with the Ember onto Flamigo, doing very little damage, and Stonjourner follows it up with the Poison Sting onto Kilowattrel, which gets that crucial poisoning onto another member of the Aethers here, as we start to see Kilowattrel feeling the effects. It puts it into knockout range as well, but Kilowattrel still holding on, going with the Volt Tackle onto Lycanroc, gets in some massive damage, but the recoil is going to take Kilowattrel out of this contest, putting the Skulls back in front here with that lead, 3-2 advantage, and it does lead to Lycanroc chowing down on its Citrus Berry, so it too does restore some health in the process. Flamigo though is going to follow it up with the Shelter. It is again boosting these defenses in this match a great deal this time. That's the third time we've seen it boost those defenses, but it's the Teleport now from Lycanroc. It's going to go back to the bench, and out in its place, the last member of the Skulls, it is going to be Dreadnought, as Stonjourner going with the attack order. Very little damage there being done to Flamigo as the Reflect does wear off for the Aethers. We're about to find out their last Pokemon. It is Swanna, another part Water type. They could capitalize on this, as Swanna is going to go for the Recover, but it is at full strength, so that is going to fail. Flamigo, however, looking to do its part, going with the Heat Wave, but that is avoided by Dreadnought, getting out of the way as well, as Stonjourner avoiding it as well. This allows Dreadnought to go for the Astonish onto Swanna, getting some good damage there with that move, and Stonjourner is going to follow up with the Thunder Fang. Super effective onto Flamigo, but that would have done huge damage to Swanna, who responds with the Rock Polish. It is going to boost its speed a great deal. It's already got the speed control though, as Flamigo with the Torch Song going to boost its special attack here after doing some great damage to that normal type Stonjourner. It is the minimize though from Dreadnought, greatly boosting its evasiveness, making it a much harder target for the Aethers. And Stonjourner now going with the Yawn onto Swanna. It is going to grow drowsy, but before it can fall asleep, it is going to get off an assurance on to Dreadnought. Gets in some good chip damage as Flamigo follows it up with the Lock On. It is taking aim at Stonjourner here, not going for the elimination to level the playing field though, as Dreadnought is going to go with the Fell Stinger. Again, another move being resisted by this heavily defensive boosted Flamigo. Stonjourner with the Flamethrower though. This is not very effective onto the part Water type Swanna, who has fallen asleep, and it is still flying though. That is extremely impressive from the Water Flying type, who is snoozing away in midair, leaving Flamigo to have to do all the heavy lifting of these Rock types, but it is going with the Poison Sting onto the now normal type Stonjourner. And we get the Water Spout though from Dreadnought, not very effective on Swanna. Still gets in some good damage though, but this does lead to Swanna chowing down on its Citrus Berry in its sleep to restore some of its health. And it is Stonjourner following it up with the Super Power there. Not very effective once again, but getting some good damage onto Swanna as it lowers its own physical stats in the process, but Swanna is still fast asleep. Flamigo needs to go for something to try and level the playing field, and it is going to go with the light screen now, making Aethers stronger against special moves, but that's not a great play against the Skulls, as Dreadnought looking to capitalize goes for the magnetic flux. That is going to fail. Stonjourner though looking to do its part, going with now the close combat, and still Swanna hangs on from that not very effective move this time. Stonjourner lowering its defensive stats, both special and physical, but Swanna still fast asleep. It is a very easy target for the Skulls. Flamigo is going to go with the Poison Fang now, and still Stonjourner holds on. This allows the Aurora Beam from Dreadnought to take Swanna out of this match. Flamigo is all by itself. It has not been taken out by an opposing team member, by an opposing Pokemon. It's only been taken down by Hawlucha this season. It's hit by the Ember from Stonjourner, which leads to it chowing down on its Lancer Berry. It is getting pumped. It goes for the Retaliate to take Stonjourner out of this matchup. And Flamigo brings it down to a 2 versus 1. It's trying to win this for the Aethers, as Dreadnought is going to go for the Mach Punch very swiftly, but it's not very effective as Lycanroc does return to the field. Flamigo with the speed control going for the Thunderclap, but unfortunately that is going to fail. This opens the door for Lycanroc to capitalize as it goes with the last resort, but yet again another move fails. However, it is Dreadnought looking to follow it up, going with the Dragon Rush, and this is not avoided, but it does not do that much damage to those heavy boosted defenses of Flamigo, putting it in knockout range there, and it goes with the Bulk Up. Now is not the time to be boosting those physical stats. You need to get an elimination. However, Lycanroc looking to capitalize goes with the Acupressure. It too is going to boost its own special defense here, as Dreadnought trying to keep the action alive instead goes with the Trick Room. The Pewter Skulls are going to take back full speed control with these twisted dimensions. The light screen wears off for Flamigo, and Dreadnought going with the Facade is going to take Flamigo out of this matchup. And last season's Wooden Crown recipients, the bottom of the leaderboard, have taken out the top of last season's leaderboard. The Medali Aethers, an unbelievable upset, but the Skulls seemed in control from the start, especially after Pelipper took itself out, and next round they are going up against the Castelia Pinchers, whereas the Aethers, they need to not underestimate their competition, as next round they are going up against the Anastar Galaxy. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.